Hey, it's MK, and I am here with another Scraptember prompt for you guys today. And today we are using our cut files, punches, or dies. And I plan on using my large circle trimmer from Creative Memories with my edge distressor. Now, I understand that this is not a punch or a die, but I have an explanation, I promise. I'm going to use a single photo today. I also have my Simple Stories, Simple Vintage. I think this is Coastal Seas collection. I also have a film strip from 49 and Market's Sunburst collection. From Simple Vintage Coastal, I have this foam sticker sheet, and then this Good Life came from the chipboard cluster set from 49 and Market, the Sunburst collection. From Vicky Bouton's Field Notes, I have this one that's Collect and Document. I love both sides of this paper, but I'm only going to be using the orange side. And then from Close to My Heart, I have this mix-in paper that has all of these tiny little stars in it. And this paper is from 2020, so it is quite old. To me, it seems like I'm using a lot of Close to My Heart paper now that you can't get them anymore. Is it just me, or does it seem like I am? From a paper pad, I'm going to be using this dark blue paper that also has stars in a border for it. So I am going to try to find center on my paper. Not that I use it, but it's more for reference than anything else. And then along all four sides, I'm going to mark every 3 inches. So at 3, 6, and 9 on all four sides for my paper. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about is that this circle cutter is a cutting system. I get it, but so is a die cut. So is the machine that cuts the cut files, and so is a punch. They're all cutting systems. And so I thought one of the most forgotten in my craft room is this particular cutting system. And I felt like the prompt in reality was to use your cutting systems. And so I took it a little step further, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I, cheated just a little bit, but I really wanted to try this out. I really, really wanted to see if I could make my own sunburst paper using this tool. So I went ahead and found dead center, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut apart all of my little bursts and then pull out every single or every other one of them. So that way I have a small little burst going on in the center. At first I thought I messed up, and I was like, oh no, am I going to have too big of a spot? But then I realized it was impossible for me to mess up if I did everything equally all the way around. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use this gorgeous star paper for the back of my burst, and then go ahead and place all of my dark blue paper on top of it. Then I'm going to take my edge distressor and distress all of the edges, so that way, for one, I like the shadow effect that it slightly gives. It's not a whole lot, but on the dark blue paper, it gives a small little shadow effect. And then when you put it on top, when you distress the white edges and then you put it on top of an almost white paper, it looks like it blends in. It has that faded into effect that's, it just, I don't know, it looks like either one of these papers was ripped and into the center these went. So I should have started in the corner so I could line up all of my little, points in the center. I did not, nor did I even worry about it. I just went and started gluing, knowing that whatever was in the center is going to be covered up by my photo. So I wasn't too worried about that. This is just a gorgeous sunset photo that surprisingly I took on the boat. Like I stayed up in long enough to see a sunset. Isn't that crazy? I didn't know that I did. I thought when I first printed these photos out that they were printed by a fellow scrapbooker, because we were sharing albums left and right. We had Apple albums shared, we had Google albums shared, we have several albums shared. And so I thought that it was somebody else's because I don't do sunset photos. But then I was looking at it and realized that it's got my name on it. And I thought, oh, I did take this photo. That's pretty cool. So I went ahead and scrapbooked it. I was at first going to do my burst in an orange and keep the background very, very orange and say it one more time, but pull out all of that orange that is in this photo. And then I realized that if I did it that way, I might actually take away from the photo. Like it would probably blend in too much and you wouldn't see the gorgeousness of the photo, the colors of the photo. So I opted to bring in the orange or the peachy orange more towards embellishments and whatnot. And then that's where I decided to bring in the foam sticker sheet as well. So I'm going to go ahead and trim down my photo to 3/8 of an inch. That way I have enough room to do my little edge distressing. I love edge distressing, you guys. I really do. I just feel like it adds a whole lot to an album without adding a whole, or to a page without adding a whole lot to a page. I know I probably say that in every video, but right now I haven't done anything but play with paper and I've added so much dimension to this layout and didn't do anything but add paper and distressing. That's it. I'm going to pop my photo up on foam just because I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do with the foam stickers just yet. But I knew that with my foam underneath, and it doesn't go from edge to edge, so that way I could tuck, I knew that I was going to be able to clear and have clearance for the foam stickers. So what I'm doing is I'm going through my sticker book and basically pulling out all of the dark blue stickers. Now I thought that they were more of a darker blue than a royal blue, but it's okay. I think that they still blend well with what I've got going on. I am just going to distress the edges really quickly with Hickory Smoke Distress ink. It's the gray that I had on my desk from a previous project. But yeah, I definitely wanted to distress that white and it not be so stark, I guess. And once I did that, it didn't seem like it was so big either, so it was perfect. I went ahead and popped up some more foam on the bottom because I'm going to have it overlap onto my photo. So I needed to compensate so it doesn't tip or tilt. So I went ahead and added a little bit more foam to the bottom of the Seaside. And because everything is a sticker, now I do have a pouncer tool that takes away the stickiness, or I can use it for embossing powder, things like that. However, I don't think about those types of things when I am playing around. And this was a good point right here is these stickers are so sticky that they stuck to, how can I say stick so many times, but they stuck to my fingers and I ended up ripping this one here. In the end, I don't think it really mattered because I think I end up covering it up, but just in case it did, I tried to adhere the piece that broke off down so it's not so much of a I see that it's broke type of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and build a cluster up at the top of my photo over on the upper left, and then I'm going to have my giant title cluster down at the bottom, just building a shelf for my gorgeous sunset. I'm going to have a little label down at the bottom as well, and it's just basically going to be for journaling on what day of, or what night of the ship this was, so that way I can remember, even though it's already in the album where it goes, the night that it was, it's okay. I'm still going to probably put that down there, or either that or figure out a really tiny way of saying, I can't believe I stayed up for a sunset, which is weird. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start sticking all of the things down. I have a couple more things that I want to add. I'm trying to distress one of these stickers. And again, they are super sticky, you guys. Really good stick. Really good stick. And I just wanted to distress this, what looks like a compass type of image, just to cover up I felt like there was a blank space right there. So I just wanted to cover up that space. And then I felt like I needed some tiny words, and I was going to do the good life. And then I realized that I brought in this light blue in my little banner, or not banner, but I don't know what kind of sticker that was called. A strip sticker, a border sticker. And so I brought in a light blue. So I thought, oh, I can bring in a little bit more of the light blue and it'll be just fine. So I found one, and I can't remember. I can't see what it says, to be honest. So I'm going to put that right there in front of Seaside, and then I'm going to put the other one up at the top. So then that way I have a cluster of 3 light blues. I have to tell you guys that this is my second time voiceovering this, and I'm not really sure exactly how the first one went, because right in the middle of it, I lost power for several hours at our house when I was originally doing this. We haven't lost power like that in a very, very long time. So I'm pretty sure the voiceover before this was really, really good. And now I'm just at a loss for words, because that's how it always works when I try to redo a voiceover. All right, you guys. So that is my layout for today, using my cutting system to make a starburst for my layout. I also, wanted to reiterate that we were supposed to use cut files, punches, and dies, which in my brain is a cutting system. They're all cutting systems. So I know I'm justifying and making stuff up as I go along. I assume that I'm okay with this as long as I used my tools, right? All right, you guys, don't forget to check out the link down below for the playlist to see who all else is playing along with Scraptember. And again, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will check y'all later. Bye.